All right. I'm going to give this a few minutes. Hello. Welcome to the chat. Okay. Okay, I'm going to get started. So, welcome to the chat. This chat is going to be about what's going on in June. Thank you for the like. Thank you for joining. So, this live is going to be about what's going on in June, astrology wise. So, and also, this is also a live Q&A. So, feel free to leave your comments in the chat. I also got my divination tools here. If you guys want tarot, oracle, astral dice, just let me know. If you want me to pull something for you, just leave me a donation in the chat, and I'll be more than happy to answer your question. Or you could just ask a question. That's fine too. Okay, so I'm going to get started, and I have my notes here. So if you see me looking down, that's because I have my notes here so I can stay on track. So welcome to June. Welcome to June. How's everybody feeling? I hope everybody's feeling good and feeling the lighter energy. I'm not gonna lie, May went by pretty fast, surprising for Taurus season. But now we're in Gemini season. So Gemini season is a very important time. It's a time of transition. Okay. Gemini is a mutable sign, so it's a sign that has to do with change. Okay, so this is a month where a lot of doors are going to be opening for everybody because that is also Gemini energy. It's that open door energy. So, lots of opportunities here coming in this month. A lot of big opportunity, a lot of big changes too. So, this is a really big month to make a lot of changes. So, whoever is watching, let me know where you're watching from and hello. Okay. So the other day I was pulling a card. Thank you for the like. Get the likes up too. If you're entering the chat, please give this chat a like, please. If you're entering the chat, please give the live stream a like. I would greatly appreciate it. So I was pulling a card. I was pulling a card the other day because I was doing readings for the collective for my Instagram page. If you don't follow my Instagram page, please do. My Instagram page is Cosmic Star Astrology. And I update you guys on different astrology things, tarot, all of that. But I was pulling cards for the collective and I got the Judgment card. So for the month of June, this is going to be a month where there's a lot of tests, okay? And there's spirit is testing people to see, or testing us rather, to see how willing we are to make changes, how much faith we have in the changes that are unfolding for us. Okay. So spirit is testing us, and it's testing us to see how we're willing to let go. So with this month, it's a really big month of release, and a lot of these challenges and tests are going to come from our relationships, our environments, the people that we talk to, that we're connected to see if we're willing to fully let go to allow the transition. So, so the month of June is going to bring a lot of new beginnings, okay? And with new beginnings come with a sacrifice, okay? So we have to sacrifice what is not in alignment. Hello, welcome, welcome. If you're entering the live stream, please give this live stream a like. I would greatly appreciate it. But this month is a month that has to do with releasing things that are not in alignment with the new beginnings that are opening up for us. So that is the test, how much we're willing to let go of the past. So this brings me into my next point in this live, which has to do with Jupiter and Cancer. So that's the first transit that we're talking about this month. And it's a really big transit that I've been super excited to talk about and just overall just super excited for. Jupiter is going into Cancer on Monday, the 9th, and will be in Cancer until June 30th of next year, 2026. So we have a whole year with Jupiter in Cancer. Jupiter loves being in Cancer. It's in its exaltation. So that means that Jupiter is operating at its peak performance in Cancer. So double the blessings, double the opportunities, big growth. That is what's coming in with Jupiter in Cancer. And I'm super excited for this transit for all of us because it's going to bring a lot of beautiful things, a lot of beautiful things. And I'm going to get more into it. So, okay. So, if you guys, and again, if you guys have any questions, leave it in the chat and I'll answer. I'm here to answer all your live questions about astrology. It doesn't only have to be just about this live. It could be any astrology questions that you have. Okay. So Jupiter in Cancer. So what it's going to bring is a lot of flow, a lot of connection, healing, and growth. So when it comes to flow in Jupiter in Cancer transit, so Jupiter is going to be in a water sign. Water energy has to do with flow and rhythm. So with Jupiter in Cancer, I do feel like it's going to break us out of this stagnated energy that I feel like we've been in since like 2020. Like things have been changing, but I just feel like there's this lack of flow in the collective, and I feel like Jupiter in Cancer is definitely going to lighten us up, loosen us up a bit. Okay. Jupiter in Cancer is going to lighten us up and loosen us up a little bit. And hey, Ava, how are you? Thank you for joining the chat. And if you haven't already, please give this chat a like. Okay, so your question is, I'm curious how Jupiter in Cancer will affect me if I have Jupiter or if it's in my 10th house. So, this is going to bring big career growth for you. And I love that for you. So, you could find that you get a lot of support when it comes to the boost of your career. So, you could find that you get promotions monetarily, just a lot more opportunities to be in bigger positions. If you aren't established in a career already, or you're kind of like looking to see, like, okay, what career do I do? Um, so I would recommend with Jupiter in the 10th house transit that you look into careers related to feminine energy or working with women, family, home. So it could be like real estate, things of that nature, or anything spiritual. But I do see a lot of blessings coming to you when it comes to your career life. So I'm super excited for that for you. You're going to find that a lot of people support you. A lot. It could be women, but it could just be anybody that you're in close connection with. They could just be supportive of your career path. Okay. You said that you're currently working on a temp contract. You love the job. I'm hoping it becomes permanent. I work in HR with all women, so fingers crossed. I would definitely say, I would highly recommend, once Jupiter goes into Cancer, I would definitely initiate the conversation to see how you can promote yourself. Okay. So definitely utilize the energy. You do have the support. Spirit is supporting you. Jupiter in Cancer is going to offer a lot of support. Definitely initiate that conversation. And I guarantee that it's going to go in your favor for sure. Do you have any other Cancer placements? Let me know if you have any other Cancer placements and we could chat about it more. And again, Ava, I don't know if you were here in the beginning, but if you do want me to pull like a card for you, or like what is this? Astrology, dice, just leave me a super chat donation and I'll be more than happy to do some divination for you. Ooh, you have part of fortune in Cancer. Is that in your 10th house? Let me know if it's in your 10th house. Ooh. Because if Jupiter is conjuncting that, ooh. So Jupiter is actually going to conjunct your part of fortune. Nice. So that's like a double dose of good luck. Ooh, I love that for you. So it looks promising. It looks promising. The promotion is coming. How are you feeling, Ava? It's June. Jupiter in Cancer is going to be coming in. How are you feeling? Nice. Let me know how you're feeling. Ooh, thank you for the super chat. You want a card pull? Do you want Oracle or do you want Tarot? Let me know in the chat. Okay. I'm feeling Tarot. So I'll pull a Tarot card. Thank you for supporting me, Ava. I really appreciate you. Okay. So is your question still about the job, the 10th house stuff, or you just have another astrology question? Because this live is more, it's for all astrology questions. Or if you just have personal questions for me about the channel or content, but this is an astrology Q&A. So just let me know and I'll tap in for you. Welcome to whoever the second person is in this live stream. Thank you. Okay. Saturn and Aries is transiting your 7th house. So you kind of want to know what's going on with your relationships. It's okay. I make typos all the time. Okay, so let's see. Let's see what Spirit is saying about your relationships. You got the Page of Wands. I actually got a couple of cards that fell down. But this one was hanging off. So I'll look at the other ones real quick too to kind of see what came out. But you got the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands is a card that has to do with exploration and just trying new things. Okay, so what Saturn in Aries is having you do is not only start something new, but actually commit to it. Okay, so Saturn in Aries is having you get serious in your relationships and to really commit to it. I kind of feel like right now with Saturn in Aries, I feel like Spirit is trying to have you like settle down and like commit to something. And then the 7th house isn't only for relationship, it could be about any type of like contract, things of that nature. So, do you struggle with like commitment? That's what I'm feeling right now because I feel like there's a reason why Saturn is transiting your 7th house. Boom, there it is. Okay. Saturn in Aries is helping us maintain our fire. Okay. So it's helping us stick to something, to see it all the way through, to put our full selves into something. So you're getting serious about your relationships. I do see that. I feel like with the Page of Wands, you need new relationships. So while Saturn in Aries is helping you get serious in your relationships, Saturn in Aries is also having you to commit to new people that align to this value as well. Because I feel like you've attracted a lot of people where they're just very fickle, like they're very hot and then boom, they're really cold. So you're gonna find with Saturn in Aries, a lot of new people are coming in your life. Let's see what other cards fell out here. Okay. I'm gonna cover this because the star card, she's naked. It don't matter. You got the star card that fell out. I'm trying to, okay, I'm trying to get this right. You got the star card that fell out. You got the Hermit card, Eight of Pentacles, and King of Pentacles. Ooh. Okay, Ava, I don't know what your sexual orientation is, but if you're attracted to men, and this doesn't only have to be for men, like the kings and the queens, like it doesn't have to pertain to a specific gender, but I do see that because you're taking your relationship serious and you're raising your standards, that's another thing with Saturn in your seventh house. It's going to help you raise your standards. You're going to attract people who are invested and serious as well, especially if you're trying to attract a specific partner. You're attracting the King of Pentacles, and that's good. That's a good thing. I love that for you. This is somebody that not only do they take things serious, they take themselves serious, and they're a provider as well. Yeah, Eight of Pentacles, working on your relationships, really dedicating a lot of your time and energy, rebuilding your relationships. Yeah, I just see a lot of reconstruction when it comes to your relationship. So anybody that's not in alignment with that, you got to go hermit mode on them. You got to cut them off. Yeah. The King of Pentacles in tarot, it represents somebody that they have self mastery when it comes to their material environment, but it also could mean like somebody that's really established in their career, or they've gotten to a point where they're very stable financially, they're a provider, they have a lot to give, especially in terms of romance. The King of Pentacles is a good sign because that means that somebody's very dedicated and committed to you and they have a lot to offer you. And it's more than just finance, even though Pentacles tend to lean more towards financial things. So I've been raising my standards, lost a ton of friends. Yeah, that's part of leveling up. That's definitely part of leveling up. I've been feeling that lately. The moon is going to transit my 11th house. So I've been feeling that too, that a lot of people just are going to be cut off. A lot of people are going to go because the level up is coming. The level up is coming. I'm telling you, once Jupiter goes into Cancer, it's just going to do something magical for the collective. Like, listen, I love that. Ava, if you can you share this live with people who are into astrology as well to kind of get the conversation going so we can have like a big little Saturday party, you know? So if you can, definitely share this live. I would greatly appreciate it. And thank you for your super chat again. Okay. I'll be paying attention to the chat, Ava. So if you have any more questions, just let me know. I'm just going to get back into my notes. So Jupiter in Cancer is going to bring back the flow, the joy. Like, yeah, things have just been super serious in the collective. Thank you, Ava. Things have been super serious in the collective to where it just feels like this heaviness for the past couple of years. So the Jupiter in Cancer transit is definitely going to lighten us up. Okay. And another thing with Jupiter in Cancer, I do feel like it's going to speed up time. I know time has felt like really fast lately for the past couple years, actually. For the past couple years, things have just felt like really fast. Like the years have been going fast. Like even this year, we're already halfway through the year, which is crazy. I think that's crazy. So this transit is going to speed up time even more because it's going to make everything so fluid. So yeah, it's going to be a really magical time this year with Jupiter in Cancer. And think back to 12 years ago because that's the last time Jupiter was in Cancer. Think back to 12 years ago. What were you doing when Jupiter was in Cancer? Where were you? What were you going through? What happened for you? Ooh, 4 people. Welcome. How are all of you? Thank you for coming in. We're doing an astrology Q&A, so if you have any questions, leave it in the chat. Thank you for coming. So another thing with Jupiter in Cancer that I want to talk about was that it's going to intensify the moon cycles. Like the moon cycles have already been super crazy, but since hey Billy, how are you? Welcome. If you have any questions, any astrology questions, whether it's about the live or any other outside questions, leave it in the chat. I'm also pulling tarot, oracle, astro dice. If you want a tarot pull, just leave me a super chat and then I'll answer your question. But feel free to just ask any other question. So the moon cycles, they're going to intensify, okay? Because Jupiter, whatever it touches, it amplifies. So since Jupiter is in the sign of the moon, that means the moon cycles, y'all, is gonna go crazy, especially the eclipses. Super crazy. So things are gonna be very emotionally heightened with this Jupiter in Cancer. So just brace yourselves because we're in for a wild ride. Like we're gonna be feeling things so deeply. And I feel like we need that because collectively, I feel like we've been so disconnected from not only each other, but in a way just in this space of detachment, like we've been pushed to detach more with all this Aquarius energy that has been going on for the past couple of years. Hello, welcome. There's 5 people in here. If you're coming in, please like the live. Please, 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 please like the live. So this could help the algorithm gods notice me. Is this why Elon is crashing out on Trump? Listen, Pluto and Aquarius has had the collective crashing out. So, yes, everybody's crashing out. Everybody. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I actually made a post and I was talking about how Pluto and Aquarius, Pluto has been living its best life in Aquarius. Okay? Like bringing all this chaos to the collective. Yeah. Have you been crashing out, Billy? Let me know. But listen, and then when Jupiter goes into Cancer, people are gonna be crashing out for real, for real. Everybody's gonna be so emotional. Billy said, "Well, tell us, Billy, like what's going on?" That is so funny. That is so funny. Yeah. How have you guys been feeling since 2025 started? Like, listen, since Pluto went into Aquarius, like things just went insane. Things have went insane from all the plane crashes, the elections, just everything, from the celebrity exposes. Like, right now, there's the Diddy stuff going on, there's the Chris Brown going Tory Lanez. All of this stuff is just out of control, you guys. It's your living situation plus stuff that happened with my cousin and their ex. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sending you many blessings, Billy. Everything is going to turn around. Everything is going to turn around. How are you feeling about June? You're welcome. And I'm good. I feel really good. Since June happened, I just feel this lightness. I'm glad to be back because I took like a few days off from filming. I actually have some content that I will be putting out for you guys, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be upcoming this week. And I have another live stream that I'm doing with a friend of mine. Her name is Danielle. She's a psychic medium and astrologer herself. And we're going to be talking more about Jupiter in Cancer, but we're going to go through all 12 moon signs and how Jupiter in Cancer will affect your moon sign. So definitely tune into that. I'll leave the flyer today or tomorrow, but it's going to be at 1 p.m. on Instagram. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram, Cosmic Star Astrology. Okay. Yeah, I love that. I love that you're optimistic. Yeah, this, my Insta is Cosmic Star Astrology. I'll leave it in the chat. Hold on, let me type it. Cosmic Star Astrology. On IG. Okay. I left my Instagram. Definitely check out my stuff. I do a lot of astrology posts and I do tarot as well. So I do horoscopes or I just do like other astrology information posts, just other things. Recently, I started experimenting with skits because I know that's really popular right now, like the skits. So I did one recently, and it was about me confronting Jupiter and Gemini because I'm over Jupiter and Gemini. It was not my favorite transit at all. No, I'm ready for Jupiter to go into Cancer. Jupiter and Gemini, it gotta go. It gotta wrap it up and go. But yeah. Also, you guys who are in the chat, um, please, if you have any video requests that you want to see on my channel, just let me know in the chat. What's wrong with Jupiter and Gemini? Everything. Okay. It's just been also adding to the madness with Pluto and Aquarius. I feel like since they trine each other, it's just been amping things too much. Yeah, Jupiter and Gemini has been amping things. Is it good to have deep combos right now? Not really. Gemini is like a very light energy. I would say more so when Jupiter goes into Cancer, but it is good right now with the Jupiter and Gemini to learn a lot of new facts, read, just gain a lot of information on things right now to put the pieces together. I do feel like Jupiter and Gemini is good for that. Okay. If you guys have any other questions, what's my North Node? My North Node is in Scorpio. And welcome. Is it KE or Key? I think it's Key because you have a key there. Thank you for joining the chat. And if you haven't already, please give this live stream a like to help me with the algorithm, please. And if you have any questions, leave them in the chat. If you want me to pull a card for you, just leave me a super chat donation and I'll pull a card for you. But I have other things. I have Oracle and I have Astro Dice, so you could just take your pick. Okay, so let me continue, but I'm going to be reading the chat. And again, if you guys see me looking down, I'm looking at my notes because over the past few days, I got a lot of insight on a lot of different things. So I wanted to share them with you guys. Um, So Jupiter, we're still on Jupiter in Cancer because I'm going through everything that Jupiter in Cancer is bringing. So emotional connection, definitely need that collectively because all this discourse has been off the chain. But I will say it's good that we're having these conversations because I feel like a lot has happened within the collective that has been going not talked about. You know what I'm saying? Nobody has been talking about a lot of the issues in the collective. So I'm glad that we're having these conversations, even though things are off the chain and it's causing a lot of like internet wars and things of that nature. Super crazy. But it's definitely going to bring the connection back. And also, just within your close relationship. So this is going to bring a lot of healing for your personal relationships. So if you've been feeling disconnected from the people closest to you, specifically like family, close friends, Jupiter in Cancer will definitely bring opportunities to have healing and closure. Even if that still means like you have to let go, but at least you have the closure because I feel like that's a big part of this transit is just having closure from the past. Okay, so you're going to find with Jupiter in Cancer that people, places, things from the past are not only going to come back to test you, but also to help you gain closure. Because right now we're in a number 9 year. The North Node is in Pisces. So these are surrounded by themes related to closure, closing cycles. So we're closing a lot of cycles right now. And Jupiter in Cancer will give us the opportunity to really thoroughly close things out. So we're not taking it into the future because there's going to be a lot of changes going forward, especially when Uranus goes into Gemini. Can't wait to tap into that. So, do you guys have any questions so far? I see 4 or 5 of you in the chat watching. Any thoughts right now? Do you think it's easier or harder for astrologers in relationships? That's a good question. I'm going to speak for myself. I think it's easier because, especially if that person is also aware of astrology, maybe they're not into it, but they're aware. As long as I know what's in your chart, then that'll help me navigate things with people easier because it's like I know what to expect. Um, Even though sometimes I kind of refrain from looking because I still want that element of surprise, but it's good to know. It's definitely good to know what's going on with you and another person. That's why I stress synastry so much because it just helps you understand the dynamic and the purpose of it. Because your relationships, they come in with a purpose, they're not there for no reason. The way my friend always read somebody's chart during a relationship. Yeah, you have to. You got to know what's going on with people. I would say like it's good to read into it, but still remain open for surprise and to allow the energy to kind of flow the way it's supposed to. But at least that nothing will surprise you, you know? I know that sounds weird, but so is what I mean is like you won't be heartbroken, you won't be disappointed because it's like, okay, I kind of already knew. But Billy said that part. Period. 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 So let me continue. I'm about to wrap up Jupiter and Gemini in just a second, then I'm going to move on to the other transits. But with Jupiter and Gemini, we're going to be establishing more soul centered connections, This is the transit that's going to bring in the soul tribes. You know, do you guys feel this? Like, do you feel like we're going to go back to tribal living? Because I mean, everything is getting expensive. I wouldn't be surprised if more of us decide to live how our ancestors were living. And I wouldn't be surprised too with Jupiter and Cancer that there's going to be like more inflation, because especially with housing prices, because Cancer is the sign that's linked to the home. So I wouldn't be surprised. Really, you said you're praying on it? Yes, Key. Um, they don't have to necessarily be an astrologer, but I think I love meeting people who are open-minded, at least. Even if they're not like overzealous about it, but at least they're aware. So not only do they understand me, but so they just understand my language, you know? Is there somebody's chart that you were tapping into, Key? Like I said, this is an astrology Q&A, so if you have any questions about transits, synastry, placements, your placements, whatever the case may be, feel free to leave it in the chat and I'll answer. And also, whoever's in this live right now, can you get the likes up and share the live as well so we could get a big conversation going? Please. So, yeah, Jupiter in Cancer is going to be bringing back the soul tribes together. Okay. So, there's going to be a lot of possible reconciliations, closures, things of that nature. Of course, there's going to be more growth. I sense that the growth is going to come when it comes to when we're showing up for those tests that I was talking about earlier, because I do feel like we're in a time where we're being tested right now. But I feel like once you pass the test that spirit is presenting to you, that's when you're going to see like the big growth. That's when you're going to see the big growth. So there's going to be a lot of emotional breakthroughs, a lot of just emotional release. So if you got to cry, cry. This is the transit where it's going to make your emotions so strong. You may have to have like a good cry to let it all out, to get the energy flowing. Okay. So does anybody have questions about the Jupiter in Cancer transit so far? Any concerns, any questions? Do you need tarot pulled? Let me know in the chat and we could do that before we move on to the next transit that I want to talk about for June. Ava, where'd you go? Ava, did you just disappear? You turn on my incense. This is the 7 African Powers incense if you want to know. This is a really good incense for like open road if you work with ancestors or you're just really heavily into magic. I would highly recommend the 7 African Powers candle because it removes blockages and it brings blessings. You're trying to think of a question? Billy, I'll wait for your question and I'm going to just continue and you just leave it in the chat. Okay. Oh, there you are, Ava. You have natal Lilith and Aries in the 7th house. How would that also add? Well, I will say with Lilith being in your 7th house, especially in Aries, hang on. Okay, so to answer your question, so with Lilith being in your 7th house, I do, going back to our conversation from earlier, I could see why you have commitment issues. Um, Long-term relationships are very hard for you because they probably make you feel very restricted. But I feel like you've most likely been attracting people who they don't match your energy because you have a very wild energy, so you need a partner that mirrors that, you know? But the Saturn in Aries, that would just help you kind of temper the fire, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So that will also amplify like how Saturn is trying to help you commit. Now with your Chiron in Aries, oh, you were asking if Chiron is still in Aries. Yes, Chiron is still in Aries. I actually think this full moon, if I could remember the aspects off the top of my head, the full moon in Sag that's coming, I think it's also aspecting Chiron as well. Key, you asking me all my placements. I'm not gonna tell you all my placements. I like to keep an element of mystery. Nothing personal. It's just I'm just a very private person. But I guess that's like my North Node in Scorpio. I have to have more. I have to have more privacy. Lilith in 7th equals rebellious relationships. Yes. Can we talk about Venus in the 12th house? Yes, we can talk about Venus in the 12th house. So, did you want to talk about it in like transit or like natal? Is it that you have Venus in the 12th house, Ava? Billy said I was just about to say it's your Scorpio placement. Yes, it is. My Scorpio, and I'm very Plutonian, so you guys, like, you guys are gonna just have to get used to my mystery. Like, it's like I want to know everything about other people, but it's like I don't want people to know everything about me. I know that sounds bad, but I've just been in a space where I'm just very mindful of who I tell things to. And this is nothing about you guys, but just because it's like we're on the internet, so you don't know who's watching. That's why I always keep my evil eye, the evil eye. But let me see. Oh, you have Venus in the 12th house in Libra. Ooh, I know somebody that has that. Okay, so natally, Venus in the 12th house. Mm. When it comes to relationships, you really got to watch your relationships. You really got to watch your relationships because something with the 12th house is that it it kind of like it creates this element of like secrecy, especially when it comes to, in your case, your relationships. So sometimes your relationships, they could be a little funny. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Sometimes they could be a little funny. So you kind of got to watch people because with your relationships, you may not see people clearly. Okay, so you may not see their intentions. You may not even see them coming. So you definitely got to be careful with the Venus in Libra. Okay, because you could find that people that you think are like really close allies, like they could be your hidden enemy. They could be doing magic on you behind the scenes, or they could just be plotting on you. It could be very dangerous with Venus in the 12th house. So you, if you did, actually, I made no, I made a video on Mars in the 12th house natal. So if you haven't checked that out, go check that out. But um, similar vibes, but you definitely have to watch your relationships because even with Venus in and of itself as a planet, it's that element of like kind of like masquerade where it's like Venus will beautify things to cover up what's really behind, you know? So your relationships have like a double layer of like masking to where it's like you really have to use your intuition with people. Key, you said your north node is in Sagittarius. Hmm. Conjunct Scorpio. So you kind of you feel it. You get how I feel. How is that for you, the North Node in Sag? Mm, that moon in the eighth house is intense. You feel like you see people clearly. It could help. It could help. I feel like the Venus conjuncting your ascendant, it could help with the clarity. So technically, I don't know my rising, but I got Aries rising with the time. So okay, yes. So Billy, I don't do chart rectification, but um, you would have to get a, if you really want to know what your rising is, like your chart, you would have to do like a chart rectification. I've been studying astrology for 8 years. Same thing with tarot. I started like diving deep into both for 8 years. But I've always loved astrology. I've always been fascinated by the signs and just space and all of that. It's like a gift that I inherited from my grandfather because he was very into astrology as well, very into just all things spiritual. So I feel like I got it from him. But thank you, Ava. Chart rectification. So basically, it's when an astrologer, like they kind of piece together like certain events that happened in your life and they're able to calculate exactly what your rising sign would be so you could get your accurate chart. All I need to know is someone, Chiron. Mm. Yeah, so if you want to know about what your exact rising sign is, I would recommend getting one of those, Billy. Okay. So let's talk about real quick the Sagittarius full moon that's coming up on June 11th. So one of the main aspects that sticks out to me is how Mars and Leo is going to trine this moon. So basically, what is happening is that the full moon is going to push us to take a chance on something. All right. So this full moon is actually going to bring the heat. It's really going to light things up and get us going because it's going to ask us to really take action on something, take a big risk on something that we would have otherwise done at any other time. Okay, so um, the full moon in Sag, it's helping us let go of negative belief systems, um, just letting go of fears in general, because Sagittarius is the sign that's linked to your beliefs. So if you have any limiting beliefs or any fears that kind of slow you down or block you from taking a risk and trying something new, this full moon in Sagittarius is going to help you release that. And with the element of Mars and Leo, Leo is that sign of confidence. Okay, so it's going to have you feeling yourself like you could do anything. So I'm really excited for this full moon. I feel like it's going to be one of those feel good full moons. It's going to be a very positive vibe. Yeah. Billy said my mom babies me a lot, so I may be an Aries rising still. Aw, Key. I just followed you on IG. I'm gonna book a call if possible. Absolutely. So my availability is open for readings. And I actually recently made a new website and I'll leave it here for you guys. So you guys could go check out my website, Cosmic Star Astrology.net. That's my website. It's my new website. Um, and I offer one-on-one sessions now. So you actually can do calls with me. You could do phone calls, video calls, whatever feels comfortable. But I'm also flexible to do. Hi, Shadana. How are you? Welcome to the chat. If you haven't already, please give this live stream a like. I would greatly appreciate it. What do you think of Aquarius Sun Men, Pisces Moon, Pisces Venus? I love Aquariuses, both men and women. I don't know, like there's just something about Aquarius energy. They're just super sweet. Key, they are stubborn. They are stubborn because they're fixed signs. They are. But I personally like them. I don't know how to feel about the Pisces energy though. I'm not gonna lie. Um, Pisces energy isn't my favorite. It's not. So, I mean, the Pisces energy could help him be very in tune with his emotions because Aquarius energy is very detached on its own. They're not too, they don't all that emotional stuff like, but the Pisces energy can help them tune in. So it actually could give them a nice balance. So, I mean, it really just depends on how his Pisces stuff is aspected because that could pull a lot of attention to the Pisces. And if that's the case, then it could just make him super emotional. Hello. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And also share the live with anybody that's interested in astrology so we could get a little bit of a party going on in here. I love to party. But Shindana, I'm also doing tarot pulls or Oracle Astro Dice. If you want anything pulled, just leave me a super chat donation and I could tap in with some divination for you. But feel free to leave any of your astrology questions in the chat. Aw, he's been hurt. Yeah. The relationship scene is it's a little yikes. It's a little yikes for me. The stuff. Hello, welcome. I see 6 people in here. Like this live, please. But the dating scene, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. The dating scene has been crazy, especially in 2025. How are you guys feeling about dating in 2025? The stuff that I hear on the internet is just wild. The stuff like recently, there's just been this trending topic about the wizard Liz, and I feel like women are just losing hope altogether because of this. I personally like the wizard Liz. I thought she was cool. I wasn't too invested into her, but some of her messages would resonate with me. And it's really unfortunate what happened to her. And I hope she figures everything out. But she's been a hot topic to where people are just questioning relationships now. Like, I don't even know what's life. Does our chart change when we move? Yes. And I actually do offer astrocartography readings, but yes, when you move places, your chart does change. It does. So if you were to get an astrocartography reading with me, I would look into that, like how your chart changes in this area and what line is going there. Because let me see what you said, Ava. You said your birthplace, in your birthplace, you're Libra rising, but where I'm not, my chart is Virgo rising. It really just depends on what you're looking for. It really just depends on what you're looking for. Okay. How do you know if Libra likes you? They want to jump into a relationship with you. That's how you know if a Libra likes you. They already want to wife you up. That's so Libra. They just want to jump into relationships. That's how you know. Like when they're certain about you, because you know Libra, they're very indecisive, but when they know and they're certain about you, that's how you know that they like you. Shandana said, "Oh my God, yeah, everyone's talking about that, but I feel this sort of thing has been happening." Yeah, a lot of things that have been happening behind the scenes in the collective is now surfacing in the public. So a lot of the stuff that I hear about, whether it's like, you know, I just see so many things like relationship issues or just friendship dynamics, dynamics between women. There's a lot of content on the internet about jealous women, all of this stuff, all this crazy stuff, right? This stuff has been going on behind the scenes. It's just nobody was talking about it. Now everything is being put out on the table. You know what I'm saying? Shandana. Yeah, so you definitely, I would highly recommend to book an astrocartography reading, and I do those. And we can do a one on one session so I could work with you and your energy to kind of see which place is best for you. Because sometimes you're living somewhere and it doesn't support your growth or whatever your goal is, you know? Sometimes you do got to move, unfortunately. Fortunately and unfortunately, because I know it could feel comfortable just staying with what you know, but sometimes you do have to change the environment so the environment supports what it is that you want. Or you're just going to continue to just not get what it is that you want. Nothing will change, you know? So sometimes you do have to change up your environment. Ava said, what astrology transits are making it come out to the collective now? Pluto and Aquarius. Because Pluto has to do with what's hidden, the subconscious, you know. So right now, collectively, we're being shown our subconscious in things and our interactions with each other. That's all surfacing. Pluto in Aquarius is like excavating that for us to deal with it. So this is why there's a lot of talk going on amongst each other, even though it's a lot of arguments, a lot of disagreements, because things just need to be talked about. And that's how the change will happen. Since my fourth house is in Cancer, how will Jupiter in Cancer affect me? So basically, a couple of things could happen. So basically, you could move because, again, Cancer is associated with the home. So you can find that you move. There's a lot of opportunities for you to move into a new place, find good deals on a new place. Okay. Um, you could probably get like a bigger space. So, say if you have like a studio apartment, you could find that you get a bigger apartment or a house. Or it could just be like, Shandana just checked out your website, going to book with you. I love that. Thank you. I love that. I look forward to working with you. Jupiter in Cancer. Okay, got to get my train of thought back. So that could happen for you, but what also can happen is that if you're not moving out yourself, you can find that more people live in your house. So maybe you get another roommate, a couple roommates, or maybe it's family that moves in with you, or you move in with family and you all just live under one place. Trust me, I know a lot about that because I grew up in an immigrant household. So that was normal for me to have everybody, aunt, uncle, grandma, everybody just under one roof. So it was like a big party. It's like a big village in the house. Like, it's crazy. Shannon, you love my calm energy. Thank you. Billy said, oh Lord, don't tell me my family is moving back in. Maybe. Listen. Thank you, Queen. Queens recognize queens. I love it. Thank you. So, do you guys have any questions about the Sagittarius full moon so I can move on to the next transit? Shandana, you're a Scorpio? I love me some Scorpios. I love me some Scorpios. Y'all are my favorites. When it comes to the water signs, Cancer and Scorpio are my favorite water signs. And then you got Leo moon, girl. So Mars and Leo is activating you. So you're going to be activated with this full moon in Sag. It's going to supercharge you. And then you're in Aquarius rising. I love it. Aquarius risings are beautiful. Billy, the The full moon in Sag, it's going to be June 11th. Which transit, Shandana? The Sag one. So the Sag transit is the full moon in Sagittarius. It's happening on Wednesday, the 11th. So the aspects for that, it's gonna be um, Mars and Leo is gonna trine the full moon. The full moon is gonna trine Chiron in Aries, and then it's gonna square the North Node in Pisces. So this is what I mean, you guys. Like the full moon is going to challenge our faith. So it's gonna push us into something that we've been wanting to do, but we've been too scared to do it. But the full moon is gonna give us that confidence. It's gonna give us the confidence to just go do it. So, and it's going to test you to see how much you believe in this. How far you're going to go with this. So I feel like the full moon in Sag is going to kickstart what I was talking about earlier about how Gemini season, a lot of new doors are opening for us, and we're going to be tested on how much we're willing to let go and how much faith that we have in the new path that we're embarking on. How will it supercharge me? I have Scorpio, Mars, Mercury. Ooh, you're very Scorpio. So it's really going to be very empowering for you because Scorpio is ruled by Mars. But it's going to activate your moon. So you're going to be feeling real powerful. You're going to be feeling real strong. Love that. Okay. So the next transit that I want to talk about is the summer solstice. So that's happening June 20th. Ah, Shandana, he said, okay, period. I'm here for it. Period. Yeah, so what do you got cooking for this Sagittarius full moon, Shandana? What are you taking action on? What are you taking a risk on? What are you feeling like doing and going for it? Let me know in the chat. But let's talk about this summer solstice. So the summer solstice happens on June 20th. Very big deal. And on top of that, not only that, this year the solstice is going to conjunct Jupiter. Lord. Because the summer solstice energy that would put the sun at 0 degrees, and then by the time that happens, Jupiter will be at 2 degrees Cancer. So, ooh, I love that. So, Jupiter in Cancer is going to amplify the summer solstice energy, and it's already a powerful energy on its own. So, this is going to be a supercharged summer solstice. And the summer solstice is a time of new beginnings. It's a time where a lot of changes happen. Um, it's a really good time to do a lot of magic. So a lot of rituals, working. I would recommend working with the solar energy, water energy. Okay. Perfect day to like sun gaze. But this is an energy that's going to it's really going to shift the vibe. I'm going to tell you that much. I feel like once this solstice activates, like this is where the big changes are going to happen for real. Like the rest of the year is going to be a completely different vibe. Definitely. But the summer solstice is definitely an energy when it comes to just owning your power, being in your power. It's a time of celebration. It's a time of expansion. Yes, really get the candles out. I would recommend doing like an open road candle. So you could work with like a orange candle, or like if your local botanica has like open road candles made, definitely get one of those. You could use the 7 African Powers candle as well. I would highly recommend that candle. Literally. Such a powerful candle. And this is how you could sauce it up. Your candles. You got to get your oils, okay, like an open road, prosperity oil. Um, put some crystals in it. I like to put pyrite, any type of like prosperity stone, citrine, any type of like prosperity stone. Um, herbs, you gotta get your herbs. Okay, so you put your cinnamon in there, allspice, like any type of herb for like abundance. Give me just like any herb for abundance. So you could do like a bay leaf, you could do basil. Basil is like a very universal one. And I would recommend putting glitter in your candles, specifically gold for the solar energy. Because they say like glitter, it attracts the spirits because it's very reflective. So it intrigues the spirits, so it makes it even stronger for the spirits to come through and work with you. Shandana, you said I started a gym membership. I love that for you. I love that for you. I need to get back in the gym. It's been a while. I love the gym too. I love working out. I prefer working out more so than yoga. I'm not like a big yoga person. I've tried it a few times, but I prefer to lift weights and sweat and build muscle and things. So how are you guys feeling about the summer solstice? Any questions? Do you want cards read? Let me know before I move into the next thing. But yeah, the summer solstice is going to be conjuncting Jupiter. So that's going to really empower the solstice energy. So you definitely don't want to miss that day. You definitely don't. I would definitely highly recommend doing a candle, doing some sort of magic prayer, whatever you can to really utilize that energy. And also to note this Jupiter, the solstice energy conjuncting with Jupiter, Shandana, it's June 20th. That's the solstice. So that's Cancer season. That's when Cancer season starts. So just keep in mind too that this energy is going to come with us for the whole year that Jupiter is in Cancer. So whatever intentions that you make, that's going to set the tone for the rest of the year. And then to think too, that's something else I wanted to mention. Venus is in Taurus, and Venus will be in Taurus even up until the solstice. because the solstice is happening on Venus Day, Friday. So it's just going to be a very magical time. Like, this is great for money. This is great for a lot of great things. Because the moon is associated with money. This is why the moon is exalted in Taurus. So get your money rituals together. Get your money rituals together. What magic do I recommend doing for that day? You could work with water, the water element for Cancer. So you could do like a spiritual bath. It could be like something related to like Jupiter things like money, releasing like obstacles. So you could do like an open road bath to cleanse your energy. Yes, Billy, the universe is saying making it rain. The universe is giving. This Cancer energy, like the cosmos are just giving. The cosmos are blessing us. And I feel like it's blessing us because we've done a lot of hard work collectively in these past couple years, especially since 2020. It's been quite the ride for us collectively. And I finally feel like the universe is giving us our big break where it's like, okay, you guys went through enough trial and tribulation. Like, let me give you guys something. You started your inner work in 2020. Yeah, a lot of people did. That was like the great awakening, you know? This really forced a lot of people to go inward and really get for real with themselves. Yeah. 2020 was like the great awakening where everybody woke up. Everybody woke up. But to answer your question, to continue, Shandana, you could do like ritual baths. You could do candles if you're into candles. I personally love candles. I actually love both. But I do candles the most. I like working with fire. But like I said, you could do like an open road candle, you could do a money candle, or you could do both at the same time. This is a perfect day to work with your ancestors because Cancer is the sign that's linked to the ancestors. So definitely tune into your ancestors. You could do like a beach day cleanse, go to the beach and cleanse. I have Mars and Pisces. How will this affect me? The solstice, well, it's going to trine you. So it's definitely going to give you that motivation, the impetus to really go for like your biggest dreams, because that's very Mars and Pisces going after your dreams. So you're going to feel a lot of support from the universe to go after your biggest dreams. And the doors are going to be opening for you. And it's going to feel like a yes because it's a trine. So it's a harmonious aspect. So how you work with candles is that, well, first, when you buy a candle or any spiritual tool, but since we're on the topic of candles, you have to cleanse them. So you could use Florida water, you could use like your sage, Palo Santo, all of that. Give your candles a cleanse. Okay. And after the cleanse, state your intention for this candle. And then you dress it up with the oils, the herbs, the crystals, whatever. Like if you're working with like a deity, make sure you give them an offering. Okay. Like, say if you're going to give them flowers, make sure it's fresh flowers. Make sure wherever it is that you place this deity's candle, make sure it's clean because the deity is not going to work with you if your area is not clean. I'm going to tell you that much. But I feel like it's good to clean the area in general, to clean the energy so the energy could flow. And that's pretty much it. You do your prayer on the candle. Especially if it's a 7-day candle, you leave it on for 7 days. If you live alone, you can put your candle in the bathtub in a bowl of water and leave it on. The bowl of water is there just to like extinguish, or you can snuff it out. So you could take like a metal cap or like a metal candle snuffer, and but do not blow out your candles because that's going to blow the intention, is going to mess up the whole intention. How to protect yourself. You could use sigils to protect yourself. You could use evil eyes. You could work with black crystals for protection. You could do it outdoors as long as you're in privacy, Shandana, because that's very important when you're doing candles, is that you're in privacy and that nobody touches your candles, nobody but you, because that's energy transference and that can mess up your intention. So do not let anybody touch your candles. I mean, of course, minus the people at the store, but that's why you cleanse it, right? That's why you cleanse it. But I'm talking about like anybody that you know. Like if they're like, "Ooh, like?" Do not touch. That's what I have to say about do not touch. Do not touch this magic. Okay. So that's a yes, Billy. Hands off. Mm-mm. Okay. Any questions about the summer solstice before I move on to the last transit that's happening in June? And I just wanted to say thank you guys for spending time with me. This is actually my first live on the channel. I was kind of nervous because I'm like, what if nobody like shows up? And I'm just sitting here talking, but I'm really happy that you guys showed up. So this gives me like the confidence to go live more. So let me know in the chat if you want me to go live more. I do enjoy lives because it just lets me free flow. And I love chatting with you guys. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate all of you guys' support. Thank you. Is your friend a Virgo? You said they're critical. Are they a Virgo? Shandana, you said, oh my God, please go live more. I was surprised to see you live. I love your videos. They're so detailed. Thank you. Thank you. I will definitely go live more. Let me know what you want me to talk about in a live. So you can also leave your video requests or live stream requests and I'll put something together. Child, your friend a Gemini. I attract a lot of Geminis. A lot. Like bees on honey. I look up Gemini. I look to my right, Gemini. I look to my left, Gemini. Like, you're a Virgo moon? Aw. I'm a Virgo, Billy. So no wonder why you were like so attracted to me. I'm a Virgo. Very informative. I love that. I'm glad that I'm able to help people and make an impact in some way. That's my whole basis for really taking the path of astrology and just the whole spiritual thing. That is like the basis of my business is to empower people, have people align to their authenticity, gain self awareness, and live in your truth. You know, because these are things that help me to get to this place. So I'm utilizing it to help you guys. So yes, I love sharing the knowledge. You love my thumbnails, Shandana. I'm still struggling. I'm getting a little better, but mm, Shandana, you want to know what my big three is? Listen, like I was telling Key, I'm very private. But you're a Scorpio. You understand this. You're Plutonian. So, and I know you told me yours. I'm just like, I've been in this space where I just want to be more private. But I am a Virgo. Have you done Virgo Moon or Pisces Mars video? I have not done either, actually. So thank you for that video request. I will definitely write that in my notes. Shandana, you said I noticed you're very original, very creative. Some people just sort of copy and paste. Yeah. Thank you. Try to keep it original. Maybe I'll share my big three one day. And it's nothing personal against you. I don't want people to feel like, oh, like, what does she think? Like, I'm like, no, no, no. It's nothing. Like, it's just with the internet, like, I'm just really big on just who knows things about me. Maybe on our yes. Okay, I'll do that for you, Shandana, because you told me yours. So in our personal meeting, yes, I will share. You're actually gonna love it actually. So I'm gonna let that be a surprise. So when you book with me, I will tell you my big three. Billy, you said we got one of them. You got one of them, right? That's all you know. I'm a Virgo. All right. So let's talk about the next transit of June 2025. So we got a new moon in Cancer happening June 25th. And guess what, you guys? It's going to conjunct Jupiter and Cancer. Listen, the cosmos are just giving it to us. The cosmos are just making it rain on us, like for real, with this good energy. I'm so excited for this. And not only that, it's also going to be conjunct transiting part of fortune in Cancer. Listen, need I say more? Like, this new moon is going to be amazing. Oh my God, it's going to be so amazing. So, again, another good day to get your candles going, another good day to make your intentions. I like how I like to work with the moon cycles. I go based off of the element. So I would definitely work with water. So go to the beach, take a bath. And when you go to these bodies of water, it's very imperative that you meditate because it's all about the feeling. Okay. So our emotions is what's going to help us manifest. Hmm. So the new moon is going to be conjunct Jupiter, conjunct part of fortune. So there's a lot of new blessings coming in towards the end of June. Shandana, you said, why do I feel so grounded whenever I go to the beach? Because you're connecting with Mother Nature. I actually went to the beach yesterday. I was actually filming some content for Instagram. So if you follow me on Instagram, you're going to see it. But it was just nice. Yesterday was such a beautiful day, y'all. Like, how did you feel about yesterday? Apparently, there was some portal, the 6-6 portal, but it was a very Venusian day. Okay, so it was Friday. Venus is in Taurus right now. The moon was in Libra yesterday. It was a number 6 day. It just felt very Venusian, very nice, very feminine. Today the today the moon is in Scorpio. You've been seeing 333 and 444. For me, it's been 5. 444 was for me last year. I seen 444 everywhere. So basically, what's happening, Shandana, is when you're seeing 444, that means like your spirits are rewarding you. They're letting you know that they recognize your efforts and that your efforts haven't gone unseen. And it's also asking you to ground as well. I actually made a video on the number 4 on my channel, and I talk about the life path number. I talk about birth number. I talk about like the general characteristics of number 4. And I also mentioned the angel number as well. So definitely check that out, Shandana, if you haven't already. I actually did a video on 3 too. I actually have a little numerology playlist going. So if you guys love my numerology videos, let me know in the chat and let me know what number you want to see next. I know you're not seeking. That should the angels, they just talk. They just love to talk. They love to talk. You were tired yesterday. Well, it was definitely a day for rest and relaxation. I was out and about. I got my nails done. What you guys think? It's been a while since I've done orange. Orange is like my favorite color. I got my nails done. I did my eyebrows. I love getting my eyebrows threaded. I went to my Indian lady. I've been feeling the Indian vibes lately. Thank you. Thank you. I did that and then I got my pizza. I did some other shopping and then I just went to the beach to end the day and to get my content because I was doing um like sunset vibes. You were tired yesterday too, Shandana? What are your angel numbers that you've been seeing, Billy? You're Pakistani? I love that. Ah, that's so amazing. I love that. I have another Pakistani friend. He's actually an Aquarius. Super sweet. Super sweet. You're a nail tech? What's like the craziest design that you've ever done? Because literally the girlies and their nails, like, listen, what is the craziest design that you've done and what is like your least favorite, Shandana? Yeah, this new moon is going to be incredible, you guys. And like I was saying earlier, if you've seen the live earlier, that since Jupiter will be in Cancer for the next year, this is going to intensify the moon cycle. So that Cancer new moon is going to go crazy. It's going to go crazy. It's like we hit the cosmic jackpot, literally. And I love that for us. You said you're no longer active because I work full time in fashion. Ooh, I love that. What kind of pieces do you make? So yeah, a lot of these transits is really what's going to be making 2025 kick off. I mean, it's kind of like been kicking off, but we're going to be in full force this June. Full force. And then we got to get ready for the Uranus and Gemini, and I'll be talking about that too. But Uranus and Gemini, man, that's going to be crazy. Uranus goes into Gemini July 7th. So it's not even long after all these other transits are activating that Uranus and Gemini will be there. Oh, you love doing stars? I love stars. As you can see, my name is Mystic Star. So that's my favorite symbol, star. That's my tattoo. I don't know if you guys can see it. Star. I'm trying to show you guys my tattoo. Star. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen it in my videos, but I have stars. Um, Super cool. So do you make like Pakistani, Indian kind of vibe pieces, or like do you make more modern things, or you mix the both mix them both? Like how do you do your styles? What is your, yeah, like kind of what is like your signature style when it comes to designs? You work for a denim company. I work at HQ. I've never heard of HQ. Oh, you're in customer service. Nice. Okay. Super cool. Oh, headquarters. Oh, okay. So you're head in charge. I love that. That's cool. So that is pretty much all the transits of June. The most notable one is Jupiter in Cancer. Do you guys, let me say the company name. Oh, it's in LA. Do you live in LA? I love LA. I love the West Coast. I still am not done with my West Coast adventures. So far, I've been to LA, I went to San Francisco, I've been to Vegas. San Francisco was first because it turned out that I have my moon line going through San Francisco, because everybody would ask me like, why would you go to San Francisco the first time going to California? Like everybody goes to LA. And I'm like, well, I'm not like everybody else. And when I looked into my astrocartography, I was like, oh my God, like I have my moon line here. So, because I, when I I've always thought San Francisco was so pretty. And when I was like looking into where to visit during for the West Coast, I was just like, I don't know why I'm drawn to this place, but I want to go. And I loved it. Like, I love the Bay Area. I love the Bay. I feel like it definitely matches my vibe. It was super fun. I actually stayed in this place called Japantown, and this was when I was like obsessed with anime. So I was like, I'm gonna stay in Japantown. It was super nice. It was super pretty. But yeah, the Bay Area is magical. But I did enjoy LA. I went to Santa Monica Pier. I love Venice Beach. Shandana, you said you used to live in LA, but you moved back with your parents, you work from home. Okay. How was LA? Like, how was living there? Yeah, San Francisco is definitely iconic. San Francisco is a vibe, yes. I don't live in New York. I love New York though. I love New York. I live in Florida. I'm from Miami, Florida. I live in the Sunshine State. I was living in Chicago for a short time. Super cold, but I love the fall. That was like the first time I've seen fall because I'm a Florida girl, so we don't have fall. So I love that. I was in like a fall wonderland. Like I was so lit. And my friend was looking at me like, girl, because my friend, she's from New York, so she's used to that kind of weather. So she's like, okay, like whatever. But I was hype. I was like a kid in the candy store. How do I like Miami? I love Miami. It's my home. Um, it's hot. There's a lot of crazies. There's a lot of art, a lot of entrepreneurs. So I appreciate that energy a lot. I love the beach. Miami is a vibe. It's fun. It's fun. It could just get overwhelming sometimes because people are just crazy there. People are just wild. The Florida to Chicago pipeline must be. Billy, you're funny. Listen, it's a long story, but I know that just sounds very odd. But I went for it and I don't regret it. Because I love Chicago. I love Shy. It was fun. I did enjoy the Shy. People are crazy everywhere, but I definitely feel like people in Miami are just their own breed of crazy. And it doesn't help that a lot of New Yorkers come down here. I actually had a New Yorker friend, and he's like, that New Yorkers consider Miami like the sixth borough. And I was like, I believe that because there's so many New Yorkers that come to Miami. So just like you, Shandana, I'm a city girl. I'm a city girl. I would definitely recommend you go to Miami for sure. You would love the beaches. You would love the nightlife if you're into like clubbing and stuff. I haven't been to Houston, but last year I went to Texas for the first time and it was amazing. Billy says, so technically, wouldn't New York be the crazy place it is? But I love it though. It matches my energy. And you wouldn't think because I'm so calm, but I just love vibrant places that have a lot of personality, that have a lot to offer. I am not the type where I like to be in a secluded environment. Yeah, I would have loved to live in New York too. I would live. What borough would you live in, Shandana? I would live in Queens. I actually like Queens. Ava, you're from New York? Listen, what borough are you from? You're an NY girl. I love it. Shout out to New York. And how do you like Houston? That's like a big change. You like the grittiness. Yeah. I like the realness. Cause I just feel like places that are too quiet doesn't it's not stimulating for me. It's just boring. Like even if I don't live in the city, it's like I want to know that I have that option, you know. Ooh, you're from Harlem. I actually did like Harlem. It's very artsy. I like anywhere that's artsy. Harlem is dope. It's a dope place. Yeah, I can only imagine you being a New Yorker and then you come to Texas, like you definitely have to slow down. Do you like Houston? Is Houston good? I didn't get to visit Houston when I went to Texas. I just stayed in San Antonio. I went for like a business trip. It was like a work trip. I also turned it into leisure. Brooklyn. Yeah, I love all the boroughs. I feel like they have their own personality. Yeah, because I think Texas is still kind of like the number one place where rent is cheaper. So, or just things are like cheaper. So a lot of people come out there. Unless it's changed. You could tell me, Ava, if I'm wrong. But I know a lot of people ended up moving to Texas. Like when inflation started, like a lot of people went there. The spring break. Listen, probably because Miami broke up with spring break. Apparently, that's what they said. Shandon, will you keep? Yes, I will keep this live saved. I'm actually going to be getting off soon, but the live will be up and you could watch the playback. So if I don't see you, Shandana, have a good day. Enjoy your Saturday. And thank you for tuning in. And thank you for booking with me too. Thank you. I appreciate it. I look forward to working with you. Ava, you said you moved because of the rent. Yeah. Bye. Enjoy your weekend too. Thank you for coming. Okay, so there's four people in here. Two. Does anybody have any questions before I get off? because I actually have to go for the day myself. I have to head out somewhere. Any questions? Does anybody need me to do a live tarot pool before I go? Leave your super chats. Thank you for coming, Ava. I had so much fun chatting with you. Definitely subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Like this live, share this live, and stay tuned for more content. More content is coming. All right. All right, all right. So that is it for this live. And just real quick, I just wanted to mention some minor transits. Even for those who watch the playback, we do have Mercury and Leo coming up at the end of the month. What else do we have? And then we still have Venus and Taurus. Venus and Taurus is going to be amping the good vibes. Mercury and Leo is going to have us speaking all bold and unfiltered. So those are energies that are just going to be happening in the background. But that completes this live, you guys. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate all of you. Thank you for liking the live. Thank you for chatting with me and tuning in. I will be doing more of these lives, so feel free to send any video requests. You could DM me, you could email me. And again, I do have my new website up. It's cosmiquecode.net. You could book a one-on-one session with me or a pre-recorded reading. I have different pre-recorded readings. And I do still have my Etsy shop up. I sell many pre-recorded astrology and tarot readings. Have a great day, Billy. Thank you for coming. That you could choose from. So if you're interested in that, please feel free to check those out. And yeah, that is all I have. So thank you guys again, and we'll talk soon. Bye.